Hello, and here's Paul Wallen. Welcome to my channel Music Producer, where you can learn lots of valuable stuff from electronic music production of any genre. Today's video is going to be dedicated to sample packs managing in FL Studio 20 in the most efficient way. And also here I'm gonna walk you through some handy features of FL Studio's browser, which will definitely increase your workflow while operating with those files in there. So from here, let's get straight into the good stuff. So basically it's not hard, and it's the easiest process you're gonna encounter while learning how to handle FL Studio and how to cope with it. The thing that you're gonna need in FL Studio in order to load your samples inside your projects and to use them in your productions, you're gonna need this browser here. And the browser is the thing that manages all of the files that you're gonna use and that you may need in your productions. Those would be like audio samples in the form of WAV or MP3 files, one-shots, loops, audio stems, and the whole tracks. It also may be like presets for various plugins. It may contain MIDI files, even VST plugins themselves, of course, FLP files, projects for FL Studio, and all sorts of things. Yeah, and of course we're gonna need this thing for our samples to load them up as quick as possible, and there are gonna be in this tutorial a few tips for managing your sample packs the best way possible, so your workflow would be much more efficient than it is now. As you can guess, you're gonna have less folders in your browser than I'm having right now, because I've added some more in here, and by default the folder with drum and instrument samples that you're gonna have in your FL Studio is the folder that named pack over here, and that's all that you're gonna have. Of course it's not gonna be enough. There are actually some new samples from Mode Audio, but I don't actually like them very much, so I guess that wouldn't be enough for you, and you're gonna need to download or purchase some other samples from third-party manufacturers and companies. And I suggest that you purchase and buy only like more focused on your genre samples and presets. If we're gonna talk about presets, you might want to focus only on those. So yeah, basically as soon as you like downloaded, bought, or got those samples from the almighty internet, you want to dedicate the specific folder on your hard drive for samples only. This is really handy, so you wouldn't lost your focus when you're scrolling and browsing through those folders. You're gonna have just one folder dedicated to your samples that you got downloaded and bought from internet. And I have the sample libraries here dedicated only to samples that I've got. Seems like it's not a lot, but there are lots of them in here. You just gotta collapse those folders to see them. Fill this folder up with the sample packs that you got, that you've purchased and downloaded. And of course, whenever you found some new sample pack, you wanna paste it over here. And then of course, it's gonna appear in your browser of FL Studio. So yeah, as soon as you're done, you wanna just drag and drop this file like that on your browser, and that's it. That's all you need to do for this folder to appear over here. And you're gonna have this little cross plus sign in the right lower corner of this folder icon. That's why we have those folders without the plus sign, and that means that those are the native FL Studio by default folders. All the folders that you're gonna add over here from your hard drive are gonna be marked with this plus sign. And I also watched some people, YouTubers / producers, they teach and explain that in order to like add the folder over here in the browser, you have to go to this option menu, file settings, and you gotta click here and find this folder on your hard drive. Of course, you don't have to do this. As soon as you drag and drop your folder over here, just by dragging and dropping from the Windows Explorer, you're gonna have this same folder and the path to it automatically. It's gonna appear here. You don't have to worry about that. That basically it. And a few tips related to browser here. If the resolution of your screen is too big or too small, you might want to change the size of the text font over here to maybe smaller or bigger. That might come handy, dependent on the resolution and the size of your screen. Actually, you don't want to even go over here on this menu. If you want to do it fast, you just hold your shift key over here, and when you're hovering over this browser, you want to just scroll your mouse wheel up and down, and it's gonna change the size of this font. It's that easy. I'm gonna leave it by default like this. The fastest way to load up the sample in the channel rack is just click it with your mouse wheel. But be careful, it's gonna load up in the selected channel, in the last selected channel. So if you wanna load up the new sample over here in your channel rack, you wanna just drag and drop it like that on the empty, not occupied with the channel rack field, like that. And when you are picking like samples, you're just trying it on, trying to fit it in. Just as I've said, the best and quickest way to load it up in the selected channel is to just by clicking the mouse wheel when you have this channel selected. It's gonna load it up automatically and you're gonna listen to it live. And when it comes to other files like MIDI libraries, like presets libraries for various plugins, you want to dedicate separated individual folders for those things. So you probably don't want to have all the things in just one folder, because there's enough of empty space for you to fill those up with your folders dedicated to FLPs, sample libraries, maybe of different genres, even like hip-hop, EDM, pop music, orchestral music, and some different genres. You might even want to separate them by genre. The space over here will allow you to do that. The other handy feature of this browser is the auto hide function. You can just activate this function over here, and I'm going to show you what it does to you. This auto hide option is located over here through the menu of this browser, and you want to select this auto hide mode just for that, to hide this automatically as soon as you're out of the browser with your mouse point. So like that. If you want to use browser, you just drag this mouse over to the left side, cross this border a little bit, and you are there. That actually, I've used it for maybe like half a year, and I've come to realize that it bothers me a bit, and I gave it up. So yeah, you might want to use this, and maybe you will find this really handy for you to facilitate your workflow. Who knows? And sometimes it happens when you collapsed all of the folders in the browser and you don't know where you got this sample from which folder, you don't know exactly, and you don't remember. Yeah, the solution for that is to just click this button over here in your sample, and it's gonna take you to the place, to the folder where you got this from, and you can keep on browsing and clicking on those kicks and trying it in your mix. If you don't want to drag it, if you cannot see your channel rack, it's not in focus, it's out of sight, so basically you want to use this command here, open a new channel. It's gonna open it up and open it up in front of you, the sampler channel. Yeah, there are a few options more in here. You can open Windows Shell menu for that thing. With that thing, you can open it up with your media player, and you can copy, delete it, and get properties. And also, you might want to use this menu for loading it into editor in Edison. The Edison plugin is a cool tool and a default audio editor in FL Studio. This thing is going to be loaded in your free mixer track or on your master track in your mixer. And there is going to be a sample that you've chosen. If you want to get to the selected folder in your Windows Explorer, you may want to just right-click the folder itself and choose Open here. It's going to get you to the folder in the Windows File Explorer. If you opened up the folder and it contains lots of files and you want to get to the bottom of it and it takes a lot of time to get down there, you want to use this scroll thing from the left, or you want to just hold the control key over here and scroll down the same with your mouse wheel, but it's going to take you much faster down there. Yeah, that's it when it comes to sample libraries and managing those things. I suggest that you start selecting and sorting your samples out, whatever you download, buy, purchase from the internet. You want to just choose from them the best things and to put it in your own folder. From the first, I've got the EDM Production Basic here folder, where I collect all the things that I just selected and sorted out from other sample packs that I've bought and downloaded. But then I started my own sample pack, which I intended to make for myself for my own purposes and goals. And I've sorted them out like that. If you would open up the kick, you would see the different types of kicks. You know, you may say that it's divided by genre, but it's not actually the genre itself. It's just the type and the sound of a kick, like heavy, house, trance, it may be genre, but punchy, simple, urban kicks, they're like all things that describe the sound. And you want to approach those things in the same details, because when you're browsing through those claps, kicks, percussion, when you're looking for something in specific, you want to know where to go. So spend some time on sorting those things out, select them out and put them in different folders, name them the way you understand, where you can navigate your mind and yourself easily. Those are all the tips and suggestions to help you manage your sample libraries, sample packs, and all the different things that relate to your sound library. If you like this video, don't forget to smash a like. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel with all the notifications turned on. That would be so awesome to me, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I guess that's it. I wish you all the best in your production. It's been Paul Woolen from the Music Producer channel, and I will see you in the next videos. Take care.